Okay, we're going to get started this morning. Let me get everything where I can see it. Okay. The first thing, we're going to do a little bit differently this morning. The first thing I'm going to do is go over sort of like what I do on Sundays with the market overview. So we're going to start with gold, then we're going to go to crude, then the Dow, then the NASDAQ, then the ES, and the DAX. Okay, so right now we have a potential that may come up on gold for gold to go down. As it stands right now, you are getting volume divergence, but there is another 30 minutes in that bar, so you cannot enter it yet. You also see that not only do we have a congestion area, we also have three lines that are acting as resistance. So it will need to break through those areas in order to go up. If it does go up, I would anticipate at least 1192, and it may even go up as high as 1201, which is your next green line. Okay, so that would be what I am anticipating in gold. You can see right now there's just no buyers coming in, but again, it's early to read that bar. Okay, now let's go over to crude. And on crude, you see this is the chart that I have all of the support and resistance lines on. We did get an entry yesterday right at the close, and you can see that it's pulled back close enough to the ATR to actually take an entry. You can also see there was absolutely no buyers in that market, okay? So that would have been a really nice trade from about 48.75 downwards, okay? It is retracing back to the ATR right now. You're not seeing a lot of buy-in volume come in. I would anticipate it to go to the ATR, which is around 48.05. You also see there's a blue line at 48.01. Those are the areas where you would need to analyze the volume. If it's able to break the ATR, normally the new ATR would turn blue. It will go back and test it, and then it could potentially go to 48.72. Any questions on crude this morning? Repeat what, Christian? I'm expecting it to go back to the ATR here. If it goes from red to blue, it will test the ATR. Then you have a sweet spot from 48.01 to 48.72 for potential. All right, let's go over to the Dow Jones. As you can see, it's retraced back to this ATR, okay? And when it retraced back to that ATR, you can see buyers were not coming in strong. I wouldn't have hesitated to take an entry there to the downside. You know, this told you, hey, it's supposed to retrace back to the ATR. It did that. And then I would have anticipated at least a test of that low. And, of course, it took out that low and made a new low at 751. Okay, and that really was kind of like the retracement of this wide bar here. So that would have been somewhat anticipated after, you know, a 300-point move to the upside yesterday. Now, what will it do now? Well, right now it's supposed to retrace back to the ATR. When it gets to the ATR, I would have to analyze the volume. You also see on the 45-minute, you've got 1, 2, 3 areas that are resisting price right now. Then right up above that, you have a green and a double blue line area at 806. So I expect the ATR to pull down. And when it retraces to these areas here, I would be reading the volume to see if it's going to go ahead and go into an uptrend or whether it's going to go down again. I actually think it's probably going to go down today. Any questions on the Dow? All right, let's go over to the NASDAQ and see what the NASDAQ's doing today. As you can see, it flipped the ATR. And this is what I tell you over and over and over again. It will flip the ATR, and then it will go back and test the ATR. You did have diverging volume there. That was at 4:30 this morning. It gave you an excellent entry. Okay, now you're probably going to get a magenta peak, which means it's going to retrace back to the ATR. Now, this ATR does pull down towards price as each new bar develops. So I would anticipate it at least getting to these double lines over here. Okay, so that's about 43.59. You also have another blue line at 43.63. Now, these are historically areas where it has found resistance. Okay, so these are the areas that I would be watching today. If buyers do not come in, we'll get another downward movement. On the Dow, well, you've got a green line, you have an orange line, and a blue line. That's a triple zone area. And then directly above that, you have another triple zone area. Okay? Do you think they're going to be able to go all the way back to the ATR unless buyers come in strong? Right. So to me, it's very logical. How are they going to get back there if buyers are not actively participating in this market? And if you were to go down to the 12-minute chart, then you may see that there's an ATR there, okay? So, you know, that again, that's telling you, hey, watch out. So, any questions on the NASDAQ this morning? Now, the ES slightly looks different, okay? Why does the ES look different? Well, you don't have these triple zone areas that we see over here, okay? So, more than likely, it's going to retrace at least to 2069. I would say it's probably going to make it to 2071. Do you see that? You don't see as much resistance here as what you do here. Okay? So this is slightly a different picture. So yeah, this one is probably going to retrace to 2071. Okay? Will that come a little bit lower? Yeah, probably to 2070, which coincides with this green, blue, and the new congestion dot here. And again, you did have a nice entry right here, you know, as it pulled back to this ATR, expecting a retracement of this wide bar on the 45-minute chart. Okay? And, you know, if your answer is, well, I wasn't up, well, that's not my fault. Okay? The market was moving. Yeah, Ninja is a little bit harder. Any questions on the ES? So overall on the ES, I think it's going to move up. Then you have to analyze the volume. If buyers do not come in, you can expect some more downward movement. Okay. Now let's go to one of my favorite markets, which is the DAX. I don't normally do the market overview on the DAX because the DAX is one that you really do need experience to trade because it'll beat you up real bad if you don't have the experience. You can see that we had a perfect retracement back to the ATR. I mean, you cannot get any better than this on your volume divergence. That just kind of stands out at you, okay? So that would have been a great low-risk entry point into this downward movement. Yeah, I think this just kind of speaks for itself. So basically, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setups this morning. All of them worked out. You're potentially getting a setup on gold. The key to that is you still have almost 20 minutes, okay? There's a lot that can change in volume in 20 minutes. Okay, any questions on the futures on the 45-minute chart? Because we're going to do something different this morning. We're going to do 5 and 20-minute binaries. I've had a lot of requests to show the 5 and 20-minute binaries. Oh, they're exceptional if you're trying to learn how to trade. Yes, Nadex now is in a lot of different countries. And if you want to know if Nadex is in your country, okay, I'll show you how to do that. And I'm going to tell you, our tools are off the chart when it comes to these short-term binaries. They're just like, cool. All right, let me pull this over real quick. If you go to nadex.com, do open an account for free. Okay, it's going to give you the application to open an account. Now, if you click right here on country, because I'm not going to list all these countries out for you because they have expanded so substantially, okay? So you've got Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, China, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany. The list just goes on and on and on, okay? So if you just go here, see if your country is there. If your country is there, you can open up an account. Now, if you are outside of the United States, it will take you about 2 weeks to open the account, okay? You can open an account. I know in the U.S. it's for $100. And if you open a $100 account, you can also ask them to extend a demo to you. I think they extend it for 1 year, okay? If you call and you talk to someone, okay? Now, one of the reasons I want to show you the 5 and 20-minute binaries, okay? Okay, you have to take one live trade, then they'll do the demo for a year. So, take one trade for $5 risk, you got the demo for a year, okay? Total cost is $7 with commission. Then you've got a demo for a year. The reason that I'm going to show you the 5 and 20-minute binaries, okay, is number one, if you're trying to learn to trade and you want to really kind of jumpstart your volume analysis, demo the 5 and 20 minutes, okay? You will learn more than you ever thought you could by jumping in the demos, okay? on a 5 and 20 minute because it pushes you to actually perfect your technique very, very quickly. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Now, I'm going to close NinjaTrader because I don't need it, because the tools that I'm going to use for these binaries are actually on multi-chart. So give me just a minute here to close Ninja, and then I'll move my screen over. Okay. There we go. All right, does everybody see my screen now? All right, we're going to be doing some of the binaries, but before I even do that, I want to warn everybody that I am in a demo. I would never do this in my live account in this room, okay? Number 2, I do not give out trading advice. If you're taking 5 and 20-minute binaries based on what you're seeing on my screen, then if you lose money, it's your own fault. Do not come back and blame me. Trading is risky. You can and will lose money. Everybody understand that? Now, I'm going to go through the Nadex window, okay? Now, this is a demo account. Does everybody understand that? I'm not doing this in my live account. I'm going to refresh my product list. You see I have the 5-minute binaries right here. I've got the Aussie dollar, the euro dollar, the British pound dollar, and the USD JPY, okay? The indices do not come up until 9:30, and then you get 20-minute binaries in there every 20 minutes, okay? So right now, the one that we would be looking at would be the 850, okay? That's only got 3 minutes left, so I'm not even interested in trying to take a binary that's only got 3 minutes left. Everybody understand that? And this is slowing down some, so we're going to have to give it a minute to catch up. This is why I don't trade my live account. Okay. Now, I'm slowing down here, so y'all going to have to give me a minute. Come on. All right, if we believe that the binary is going to go down, we click on the sell button. Your profit potential is on the left, your risk is on the right. If we believe that the market is going to go up, then we would click on the right arrow button, which is up. It tells you your profit potential and your risk. The risk is on the right side, profit potential is on the left side. Everybody understand that? Now, these binaries are offered every 5 minutes. You can see 840, 845, 850, okay? When it gets closer to 855, we will get a new binary up here. We may even have to refresh the screen. I'm trying to get one up now, and it's not cooperating. So I'm going to pull that over here for a moment. Now, if you notice, we've got volume divergence on the 1-minute chart. Why am I using a 1-minute chart? Because it's 5-minute chart, okay? Do y'all understand that? So notice that as you came back to this congestion line here, okay, you could have went one, listen to me, one strike price out, received it at a discount, Okay, that's what I call it. And you could have been in this binary for 5 minutes. Okay? Everybody understand that? Now, this one was at 8:42. That's when the bar came in on the 1 minute chart. Do you see how sellers took over that bar? I'm trying to get the Nadex to work, but I might have run out of memory. Give me just a minute. Tell you what, let me close Nadex and... No, it's working. It's not changing my chart. Okay. Give me just a minute and let me close Nadex and then open it back up. The issue is right now I'm projecting my screen. You've got long divergence right here on the Euro US dollar. So this is one you could go one strike price out. I think it will actually come down to here before it bounces back up. That would be my personal opinion. Let me see if I can get Nadex back open. Yeah, it's the Nadex Pro. And it does use a lot of memory. It was working great until I joined the room. I'm trying to open it back up. Some of you may wonder why I'm using a 1 and a 5 minute. I need 4 bars to go in my direction. Okay? 4 bars. So if I'm trading a 5 minute binary, I need to use a 1 minute. Do y'all understand that? Let's see if it's going to change now. Okay, let me pause my screen for a moment, guys. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Okay, can everyone see my window again? All right, let me explain the basics to you because I'm having trouble with Nadex working while I'm projecting my screen. But for example, on a 5-minute USD JPY, okay, each 5-minute bar has an expiration, okay? The width of the spread is basically 3 pips. Does everybody understand that? Now think about that. For 3 pips, you can actually make money. Okay? This is a great example right now on the USD JPY. Price is at 84, right? So subtract 3 and you get 81. And I'm going to shrink this down so I can mark the line for you. So basically, your binary would be right here, okay? Now, that would be out of the money. Why is it out of the money? Anybody want to venture a guess? It is out of the money because price is at 84 and you're going 1 strike price away, okay? So that would make it 81. Everybody understand that so far? Now, looking at this chart, would this be one that I would take? Anybody want to answer that question? Why? Why wouldn't I want to take this one? That's right. You've got a congestion dot, okay? And you've got volume divergence as that comes back. You would be selling. Yeah, but remember, this bar has to last that way through the entire bar. Now, this one closed on the chart. It closed at 86. Do y'all see that? The binary prices are averaged, and it's usually 1 pip higher than what you see on this screen. Do y'all understand that? So even though it said 806, on the binaries, it was probably 81.6. Do y'all understand me? That would have lost $100. or whatever you paid in risk. Okay, if you got in that binary, let's say at 30 bucks, you lost your 30 bucks because it was one tick higher. Do y'all understand me or no? All right. This is, come on. All right, this is the USD binary. It closes at 9:05. Do y'all see that? Okay, I believe that it's going to go up. So I'm going to buy it at 37.25. This is a demo. Okay? Immediately when I buy that, I'll go ahead and set a profit target at 80.75. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on the market. Does everybody understand that? I believe it's going to go back to the ATR on the 1 minute chart. And I only want to do the USD JPY because the program is loading slow. Does everybody understand that? Now, what is my maximum risk on this trade? It's a 3-pip spread. 37.25 is where I was filled at. You see it right here, fill, 37.25. That's the most that I can possibly lose. Do y'all understand that or no? Now, this is the other thing. This binary closes at 9:05. That's when it expires, okay? Do you see how this is open right now? In the last 60 seconds, it closes. You can't get out of that binary. Do y'all understand that? This is trading on steroids. If you have experience, if you know volume analysis, if you know support and resistance, you can make money, but you better know it. Well, it shows you right here. I bought one and I've got a sell order in. Right here, if you notice this clock, it says 9:04:33. That means you've got 30 seconds, basically, for this to move in your direction. Now, they only do the 5-minute expirations on the Aussie dollar, the Euro US dollar, the British pound dollar, and the USD JPY. That's the only ones that they do. Okay, this has ended and I lost $37.25. Do y'all understand that? And every 5 minutes, you get a new binary. Okay? That was the 9:05 expiration. Now we're at the 9:10, okay? And I am not using the indicators right now, guys. I'm just going in and showing you how to do the orders. All right? So I still believe, I'm stubborn today. I still believe it's going to go up, right? This is where price is. I went one strike price out. Do y'all understand that? There we go. That's the one that I entered at. That's the one, this little price bar right here has got to be above this little dotted line for you to make your money. Five-minute binaries, this moves very, very quickly. Okay? You can, do you see this line up here? That's where my profit target is. Do y'all see that? Now, I like doing that because I can drag it anywhere I want. So let's say I wanted to drag it down to 60. Okay? That's how simple it is. And believe me, with a 5-minute binary, you need simplicity. Does everybody understand that or no? Do you see this little gray box right here? That's the one you want to watch because you want it to go up because you're long. That's the most important thing on this window is that little gray box. All right, now, right here, you're right at 908. Well, it just took out my profit target. Okay? So even though I had one negative and one positive, I'm still ahead of the game. Do y'all understand that? I just recouped my loss and still made money. And this is just one contract. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Now, since you understand that, we're doing good this morning, aren't we? All right. Do you see how you've got congestion dots here? Do you see how the sellers are taking over? Yeah, the Pro has to be, you have to download that and run it from your computer. Christian. All right. So we have approached a congestion dot. Sellers came in and took control. Okay? This is actually still in a downtrend. Okay? So this is one I'm like, okay, I could probably go 3 pips out because I think it's going to come back to this ATR. Do y'all understand that? So every 5 minutes, you have a new trade opportunity. Now, what I like is, all right, do you see how it's highlighting this is at a congestion dot? Okay, over here on the futures, when we get into the futures, do you see how price is at the ATR on the 5-minute chart? That immediately tells me, hey, this is one I want to go check out. All right, so this one is come back to this congestion dot, right? It's done it on diverging volume, and I can actually go one strike price out for $78.25. Okay, $79.50. Now I got it for $82.50. Okay. Now, this one expires in 4 minutes and 25 seconds, or 20 seconds now. Okay? And this is really lagging on my end on Nadex because I'm projecting my screen. It looks like I didn't even get filled on that one. Okay, I didn't get filled on it. Let me see. Sometimes the web platform is better. Let me see if I can bring it up and it will do better. Because this one is taking too long. I can't see my orders. So give me just a minute. No. If I'm going short, Artemin, the risk is 100 minus 82.50. The potential payout is $100. That's on the short side. So you've got it reversed. Let me see if I can get the web version. The web version doesn't use as much memory, so I have to use it a lot of times in the room. Okay, that one I did get filled on. All right, now we're going to go into the 5-minute binaries. We're going to go to the USD JPY. And I actually want the pairs. This one is slightly harder to use. It took me a while to get used to the Pro, but now I like the Pro better. You can see our area is 119.85, which is right here. You can also see that we lost the full potential of that binary. Do y'all understand that? You know how we have talked about the lower time frames have a lot of noise. Do the indicators respond as well as they do on the higher time frames to trade this quick? No, because you've got a lot of noise. What am I trading when I'm trading a 5-minute binary? Take a wild guess. I'm trading high ADX values that are going to respond immediately, and I'm trading volume divergence. Why? Because that tells me where price is going, and I'm doing out-of-the-money options. Do you understand now? All right, for example, right now you've got long divergence on the Aussie 1 minute. Okay, this has come back here, and it has been volume divergence. Do you see that? So I'm going to look at the Aussie dollar, and I've got to refresh. And we've got one right at 7,600, but I don't like the price of that one. Okay, we've got one at 7,603 for 28.50. Let's see what it is by the time I get into it. It's 36.50. Now, normally, you would not be projecting your screen, okay? I'm projecting my screen, okay? Now, in this one, I've got to set a profit target using the order entry, okay? So I bought it at $30. Wait a minute. I want it to get to 75, okay? And then we'll say place order. Now, in this case, you can't see it, but there's working orders right down here. Do you see that? So I'm going to sell it if it gets to 75. Right now it's at 57.75. Do you see that? Now you have to be quick. Don't get me wrong. You have to be quick on this stuff. See, I'm already out. All right. Now, why did that work out? Okay, because you've got a magenta peak over here. You're at an area of resistance over here. It had diverging volume on it. It's going to move up. Do you understand that? How did I know? I got the radar screen with a scanner. Okay, it told me I had long divergence. It said the ADX was above 50. Do y'all understand that? Now, was my risk to reward 1 to 2? Hell no. You're not going to get 1 to 2 on a 5-minute binary, guys. Okay? You're not going to do it. All right, now you're at an ATR, you're at a congestion dot on the euro US dollar. All right. I think this is going to go down. All right. Now I've got to get this one set up again. And this is normally something I wouldn't have to do. I'm having to do it because I'm in this room. Let's go Euro US dollar. Okay, is it 0751? These are 2 pips difference. And I can't get into this one before it's going to close. So I have to wait another 5 minutes on this one. When we get over to 9:30 in the morning, the 20-minute binaries open on the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. I think there's one other that they have it on. I just can't remember. I like doing the Dow and the ES on the 20 minutes. But again, you're trading volume divergence, okay? All right, let's see if we have another binary. Now, it's at 49, so I think it'll go to at least 48, but I don't like the prices on those. They're 56. And let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, this is pretty much where price is. I want this one. And do you see how nothing's being offered? so I can't take that one. I could go out to 45, okay? So let's go out to 45 on this one for 72. We're going to sell it. And we might not be filled because it started moving too quickly. No, it's filled. Now, what do you have to do? You have to go in here and you have to do an order ticket, okay? And this one, I want it to go down to 40, okay? And I'm going to place the order. So this is my open positions, and these are the working orders, okay? You can see I went short here. I'm buying it back here at 40. Do y'all see that? Right now, the price is at 07.46. I need it to go to 45. 45 or under. This can be equal to 07.45, but it cannot be 07.45.1. Then I would lose. See how it's going up? I'm losing money. I need it to come down. It's got 3 minutes to come down. And normally I am looking at my chart. I'm doing this for your benefit, not mine. And this is where you say, come on, Bessie, come down. Does everybody understand this? And these things are volatile, okay? If you start looking at this and trading your P&L, you've already lost the game because well, that's a great example. Do you see how it popped from 20 negative to 10? Just snap of your finger. Do you see how it's at 07.44? If it does not hit my profit target, do you see how it's moving? I'm out. Oh, it's very high frequency trading. You cannot trade your P&L on these, okay? You have to trade your chart. Do y'all understand that? And I'm going to tell you something. If you don't know how to read volume, you damn well better not try this. Same thing on the 20-minute. Oh, yeah, you can trade all day. How many trades can you get doing 5-minute trades all day long? And see, you know, right here, you couldn't have made money in the futures on that, guys. Okay? By the time you paid your pip spread, it would have been impossible to have made money on this. But we've had, what, 5, 6 trades now? And, like, if we had 6, we had 2 losers and 4 positives, I think is what we've had. Do y'all understand that? Now, my accuracy rate's going to be higher than yours, okay? And just as quickly as I made money, I could have lost money. Do y'all understand that? Do you see how the euro is giving you long divergence now on the 1 minute? Do you see how your volume is decreasing? You're coming to a congestion area over here at 0735. Now, this is something I don't have to do in the regular Nadex Pro. Okay, it's only because I'm having issues with projecting my screen and doing this at the same time that I'm having to do this. Okay, so and this has to be fast. It can't be slow, guys. It's at 0737. I'm going to choose 0740. I'm getting it for 3025. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is go in there and put an order in. Okay. And I got it at 20. Flip. I can't even read it. I got it at 3025. So I'm going to put an order at 6050. Okay. Place the order. $0740, which is just, I want it to close above this blue line. That's the simplest way to put it. It's got to do it in 5 minutes, too. Actually, 3 minutes now. You got 2 minutes and 1 second more. It better move up. Ryan, what do you mean, hon? Yeah, it's all in the risk. Every bit of it's in the risk on these. And see, this one, I'm going to lose $30 on this one. Unless we have a big wide bar to the upside, I've lost. Your position limit as far as how many orders can you do? Seems like 1,725. You got a lot of orders you can do. See, time left 52 seconds. It's got to get above 40. Okay? It's a goner, probably. I have probably lost money on this one. You can't get out of it. You're, not at this point. Nadex does tell you your position limits, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1,725. But let me check it and make sure. Let's see. Let's see. Binary options, currencies. Okay. 12,500 on currencies. On the indices, it's 1,750. I don't do Bitcoin, so. All right, let me go grab a cup of coffee real quick, and then we'll come back and start it all over again, okay? But I do need a cup of coffee. All right, I'm back. All right, now we're going to start looking at 20-minute binaries. 20-minute binaries are listed right here. You can see they're on the indices. You've got the Wall Street, the small cap, the S&P, and the U.S. Tech 100. This is NASDAQ, this is S&P, and this is the Russell, and this is the Dow. Okay? So now, we're going to come down here, and we're going to say, okay, what is available on the Wall Street? Okay? Now, the time on these are wrong, so don't pay attention to the time there. You've got one that's going to end let's see, anything available there? Nope. Let's refresh it. See if we have any. Nope, nothing available. So we're going to have to wait. And meantime, let's see if we have anything that's potential, and we don't. We don't have a high ADX. This has come back to the congestion dot, but it's done it on an increase in volume, okay? So we're just going to have to wait. There's nothing there. Let's go look at the Dow, see if we have anything on the Dow. Okay, we're at a congestion dot on the Dow. I would like it to tick one tick higher, and then I could potentially enter something, okay? And I'm trying to get this where I can see all of them at once. All right. So now you can see the Dow, and let's focus on this 20-minute chart over here. And let's say, okay, it's at 818. And let's presume we think it's going to go down, okay? It's at 820, so we have one at 822. If you wanted to say, okay, it's going to go down, you would choose this one at 59.25. Do y'all see that? Now, the one thing I would like to see is it tick one tick above this. That would make me feel much better. Okay, then we would have possible volume divergence. As it stands right now, we don't have anything. Okay, it's already gone below that one. It's already gone below that one. The next one we would have would be 95. Still didn't tick up like I wanted it to. And this is where normally I would have both of these available. Do you see how you got it here at the close of this bar at 820? Do y'all see that? But I can't fully utilize all of my screens because I'm doing this with y'all. So you're going to have to bear with me. This one's going to end in about 7 minutes now. We'll wait for the next one. If we had entered that, we would have hit our profit target. That's how easy that would have been. But we're going to wait on the next one. No, this is a 5 minute and this is a 20 minute. It's just kind of hard to show everything. Tell you what, let's focus on just doing the Dow 20 minutes so I don't have to change these all the time. And maybe I can set these up. What I want you to look at, do you see how you've got a 5 minute magenta peak that came in? I mean, these are great binary opportunities. Okay? We'll put our working orders down here. And you do have to be quick on these, which is why I think they're great for learning, because you don't have time to hesitate. It either is or it's not. You still have about 6 minutes. Yeah. If you thought this is going to pop up, which the volume showed that it would, you could actually go in 86 for 46. Well, let's just do it. It's easier to show you. And that's a working order, so I didn't get in that one. Now I did. Okay, now you go to your order ticket, and let's put this one at 84. And it's either make it or not. Okay, you see here I'm +1, here I'm -1. So I bought it, and I've got a sell order in at 84. Okay? Does everybody understand so far? Currently, it's at $44. Again, do not trade this, because if you are trading this, okay, these are very, very volatile. All right? It's got 4 minutes to get above 86. Right now, to get out of it, 52, 53, 50. Do you see how these are changing? And again, these are offered every 20 minutes for the duration of the U.S. session. In this one, if you lose the $48. Do y'all understand that? Oh, actually, this one's 10 a.m. I got 11 minutes on this one. Seems like forever from the 5 minutes, don't it, guys? This is a long-term trade. I couldn't help but say that, guys. No, you don't need coffee for this one, that's for sure. Write an article on expectancies per instrument would seem appropriate for these to have expected ranges. As far as market report expectancies, I'm going to do one on market reports. I just haven't had time yet. On these, I don't think there's a reason to do it because the spreads are so close. You know, on the 5 minutes, you're getting 2 to 3 pips on the Forex pairs, okay? On the 20-minute binaries, on the Dow, there are 9 points. You know, can the Dow move 9 points in 20 minutes? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how you could do it is just to put just the average true range, not mine, but just the one that comes in. Average true range. Where are you? Here it is. And instead of an ATR length of 14, you want it to be 4. Because that's what you get. You get 4 bars. Okay. So the average in 4 bars is 35 points. Who are you, viewer 9? I'm sorry, I can't. If I don't see a name, I can't answer you. Sure, Mike. You'll have to call me on my cell phone. Do you have that number? If you click on, viewer 62 in the list, right click on it, then you can change your name. And again, I'm only going out one strike price, okay? If you're trying to go out 2, 3, 4 strike prices on these 20-minute binaries, I don't suggest that. See, there's your volume divergence. Okay. My order is at 86, which is right here, so it's got to get above 86. I like to sit at 1 point above that. Okay. And it should actually go at least to 800. It's got 5 minutes to do it. This is the last 5-minute bar. It's got to be above 86 or you'll lose $48. And if you're watching the indicative, it tells you right here the indicative. So it's at 85.8. Now it's at 86.33. You need it to stay above that 86. It's got to be at least 86.01 for you to make the profit on this binary. In this case, you're still winning the binary. And this is the thing to focus on right here, okay? Because this is the one that makes you the money, okay? At 786 even, you'll lose. And this has only got 3 minutes left. This is where that indicative really comes into play. If it goes to 86.00 or less, you have lost because you're long. Two minutes seems like an eternity now, guys. I'm expecting it to reach up to this ATR. That's what our expectation is. We're $23 away from our target price of 84. Do you see how this is starting to pop? That's time decay. If it does not reach 84 in the next 1 minute and 57 seconds, then you will get paid 100 even. Because it never hit the 84 mark. Out. Now, I'm doing this on one contract, okay? When you get really good at it, you're doing it 5, 10 contracts. It's pretty profitable, okay? But you got to know how to read your volume. You got to know how to read your support and resistance, okay? How many times have I told you it flips the ATR, comes back to test the ATR? Okay? I knew we had volume divergence on this bar. Probably you would have picked it up on this bar. Do y'all understand that? They can be profitable, but you better know how to read the volume in the ADX. Understand? Now, how many 20-minute bars do we have in a U.S. session? That's how many trade opportunities you have. You cannot do 1 to 2 on these, Mike. They're too quick. Accuracy is the key to this one, okay? You just have to be very accurate in what you're doing, and volume in the ADX is very accurate, okay? If you take 5 magenta peaks, okay, 4 are going to retrace and 1 will not, okay? That 1's not going to knock out the profits from 4. Do you understand? You just have to be really accurate, that's all. And how did you get accurate? You have to practice. And practice, and practice, and practice, and practice. Practice till you can't practice no more, and then practice some more. Does everybody understand that? Oh, you are definitely immersed in this if you're doing 5 and 20-minute binaries. And do not get me wrong, we are not, by any stretch of the imagination, we are not throwing darts at the screen. Okay? We are doing this based on volume in the ADX, or testing an ATR, or testing a prior congestion level. Okay? It's just like right now on the Aussie dollar. You're at a congestion dot, okay? Do you see how you're at this congestion dot over here? The buyers are taking over. Okay, this is a 5-minute binary to the upside. Do y'all understand that? There is rules for trading a 5 and a 20-minute binary. Okay? If you're just sitting here throwing darts at the screen, you're going to lose your ass. But you better believe you will learn discipline. If you don't learn nothing else in this life, you will learn discipline. All right, you're getting long divergence now on the 1-minute euro US dollar. Okay? You're probably going to get a magenta peak in here. Buyers are trying to come in here. You've only got 3 minutes left in that binary. I would wait until we get a new 5-minute binary. Okay? If you come over here and look at the 20-minute, there's nothing at an ATR, nothing at a congestion dot, no volume divergence. Okay? But I tell you, we've killed it this morning. We've had 3 negatives, we've had 5 positives, all of them worked out in our favor. We would still be up for the day, trading 1 contract. Okay? Does everybody understand that? If you don't have discipline, you will learn it. Or you'll just keep spitting out losses. Any questions this morning? And these are trades I can't record. I don't have time. By the time I started up the recorder, I'd be out of the trade. You only get this on the live edge. I don't think it matters because the spreads are so close, Mike. I mean, 3 pips. 4:30 in the afternoon, it moves 3 pips, okay? And that's on a 5-minute, okay? You know, even on a bad day, the Dow is going to move 10 points, even on a bad day. What you're really trading, Mike, and this is what most people don't understand, what you are really trading is volume divergence, okay? And that usually pushes the market very suddenly, okay? And I'll highlight it for you if I can find my little highlighter. There it is. All right. I know in the people that actually took the seminar in Greensboro know to look for that pattern. In the room, you probably know to look for that pattern. Either one would have been fine because you had 20 minutes on the binary. Well, I'm warning everybody right now. You know, you stay in demo mode until you get your rules set and you have developed discipline. And there is absolutely, positively no hesitation in pulling the trigger. All right? 5-minute binaries, you cannot hesitate. You got to either take the trade or don't trade. Okay? On the British pound, you just had short divergence. Okay? And believe me, I'm slow this morning because I'm trying to do this using the web browser version. Okay? You just had short divergence. Okay? Here's your short divergence. All right? You're at a congestion dot on both of these. More than likely, this is going to go down. Okay? What 5-minute binaries do I have on the British pound? And I normally do not take this long. I've got one that's going to expire in 3 minutes. Price is at $47.99. I need 93. I can get it for 84. All right. I believe it's going to go down. So now I've got to put in an order ticket. And we're going to put the order ticket at 30. Okay. I'm pulling numbers out of the air right now because I'm trying to do this and I don't have all of my screens available. Okay? Now, this has to get down to 47.93. That's 3 pips. Okay? This 5-minute binary is going to expire in 1 minute 36 seconds. Indicative is at 47.94. Okay? I need it to get to 93. It's got to get there in 1 minute and 26 seconds. You don't have time to hesitate in pulling that trigger. You better pull the trigger and get in the damn trade. Do you understand? Done. Why? because I had volume divergence and I'm at an area of support and resistance. I know I'm there. I made money. You understand? Do y'all see how fast that was? And in that case, I got in at 100 minus 84, $16, right? That was my risk. All right, I got out at 30, okay? So I made 50. In this case, hey, I made it. Why did I make it? Because I know how to read my volume. And if you don't know how to read your volume, if you don't know support and resistance, don't you touch that 5-minute binary. Unless you in demo mode. Because it will eat you up and spit you out. And it won't be my fault either, because I told you. Do y'all understand? Well, the thing of it is, I use a combination. Okay, I might be on a 20-minute binary, a 2-hour binary, and a daily binary. And I might be in the futures. But I got a lot of experience that y'all don't have. I've also got 6 screens, and I can put this on 6 screens. I'm doing this on 1 screen in the trading room, okay? Yeah, it's right here. Do you not see the seller step in and take control of that right at a congestion area? That coincided with a congestion area over here at 4803? Bam, bam. Money. And see, this, and this is what y'all don't understand. I'm doing an out-of-the-money binary because I know where price is going. So this binary to the upside was very expensive, but I knew it was coming down. That's predictive. That's not lagging. It's predictive. And I can make money off of it. Do y'all understand that? Because I could predict where that market was going, it was $54 of profit, okay? All right, commissions are just average $2 for commissions, okay? So per contract, I just made $52 in 5 minutes. Per contract. If I traded 10 contracts, that was $520. What was the risk on that? It was 100 minus 84. $16. What was my risk to reward ratio? Why did I get that risk to reward ratio? Because the price was going up, but I knew the next bar was going to be down. I took advantage of it. That's what binaries are all about. But you got to know how to move. You can't sit here and say, well, maybe. Well, I'm not sure. You can't have that. It's either yes or no. Do y'all understand? In the market, really has not moved. It moved 15 points down on the British pound US dollar, 15 pips. Okay? Now, 15 pips, you're going to pay 2 pips in, 2 pips out. That's 4 pips, okay? So you could have made maybe 11 pips. Maybe. If you got the full run. I'd rather do the binary. All right. If there's no other questions, I'm going to end the session. Had a wonderful morning. It was great. But you got to know how to trade it. What do you mean, what is the time ratio, Arteman? If you wanted to trade the 45-minute, you need 4 bars in your direction. Okay, 4 bars. So that's 45, 45, that's 180, 180, 180, 360. You're going out on the daily. And that's going 1 strike price out. Ryan, the only package I have now is the diamond package. And it's all inclusive except for seminar. I'm not doing as much seminars now. Let me bring it up for you. If you go to indicators, there's a diamond package. Now, it comes with all the indicators. It comes with all the videos. It comes with a 3-hour webinar. And it comes with the annual membership. So that means that any webinars that I do that are just for my clients, you get for an entire 12-month period. And I do a lot of webinars throughout the year that's just for my clients. And I'll tell you right now, if I had been trading 10 contracts, I made over what that package cost just using 5 and 20-minute binaries this morning in a 2-hour period. It's expensive because it's precise. And it's probably the best package you'll ever have. But that's my own opinion. I like the way that did that. I didn't know that did that. Huh. There's something wrong, but when will this recording be posted? I've got to render it in high definition, John, and then I'll post it on the blog. You know, and I don't suggest by any stretch of the imagination, people, that you try to do the 5 and 20-minute binaries using a laptop with one screen, okay? If you do, you need to focus on one market like the Dow and just do the Dow 20-minute binaries, okay? You cannot keep up with these binaries doing one screen. I do 6 screens. And, you know, I'm doing futures and I'm doing binaries and sometimes I'm doing Forex, okay? That's the reason I set up an office, just so I could have all my beautiful little screens in front of me. Any other questions, guys? And I want to tell you, when you learn volume divergence, it's like ping, 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 ping. What I'm going to do is an article that actually, but it's going to take me a while to do this article, is the market expectancies per instrument per market report. Okay? And one of the reasons that I'm showing the 5 and the 20-minute binaries, I've had a lot of questions about it, but also most of the time we're spending our time waiting on trade setups, waiting. That's what professionals do. They wait for the right trade setup, okay? That's why it takes you a year to actually get the indicators in the system and the rules down pat, okay? But if you're doing 5 and 20-minute binaries, you have increased your knowledge exponentially as far as the time period goes. Do y'all understand that? Because instead of sitting here waiting on a 45-minute chart, you got 5 minutes. Analyze. I can't stress that enough. You better have your lines on your chart. You better be ready to go. Okay? And I think the more people start trading the 5 and the 20-minute, the more they're going to open up more markets to it. But that's just my personal opinion. All right, guys, I'm going to close the room. I hope everybody had a wonderful time this morning. I did, even though we had a few glitches. Okay. I used anywhere between 15 and 20, viewer 15. On my 5-minute chart, no, I just marked the relevant ones. Like I should have marked this one, but I mean, sometimes you just don't have time. And generally what I do, because on multi-charts you can't lock that line to all of the lower time frames. If I'm trading 5-minute binaries, this is what I do. I come in here and I mark all of them that I see on my chart, because I mean, this is a 5-minute. It's going to move very quickly. And then all I do is copy the window and I paste it, and then I change it to a 1-minute, and that way it has my lines on it. So now instead of 5-minute, I can go down to a 1-minute, and it's got all my lines on it. Do you see that? It's just an easier way to do it, and throughout the day I may have to do it again. Okay? And that's why I'm saying this is going to keep you on your toes. And you're either going to learn it or you're going to get very frustrated, give up, and come back and learn it again. Okay? That's the way it is. It is what it is. All right, guys. Thank you for joining the room. We're going to be doing a lot more of these in the room, because this is the one thing that I don't have to wait on. There's always a trade. Okay? But I'm not giving out trading advice. And if you're doing it in anything other than a demo, don't blame me. If you have a trade, you take a trade at your own risk. I ain't responsible for it. Okay? Grow up. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place.